UNICEF there says there are some 250 schools in Ebola-affected health zones, but the majority of them are ready for the new school year. Principals and teachers will be trained on Ebola prevention and how to teach children good hygiene practices in order to avoid the virus spreading. Well, earlier this morning, I spoke to Yves Wilmot from UNICEF in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I asked him what sort of changes have been put in place to prepare for those children returning to school.
Well, obviously, it's important when children return to school that the schools are safe and protective environments. So in that context, we have been training and we continue to train headmasters as well as teachers so that they have the full understanding of the Ebola disease and how to protect themselves and their children against the disease, and also how to transmit the preventive measures to the children during the first days of school. And we are also putting in the schools necessary prevention posters, information leaflets, as well as hand washing units and laser thermometers so that the health of the children can be monitored throughout the day.
I mean, does this come down just to washing hands, or is this about not getting too close to other children? How's it going to affect how they operate in the school?
Well, the most important element of containing the disease is indeed making sure that there is a good hygiene happening. So hand washing is a very important factor in terms of preventing the spread of the disease. But obviously, it's also important to measure the health condition of children so that if any child is showing symptoms that might be Ebola-like, that these children can be isolated and can be taken care of as quickly as possible.
Is there a concern that some parents, despite the fact that they're being welcomed back into school, some parents will still have concerns over the infection and may keep their children out of school, and therefore their children will be missing out on further education?
Yeah, that's a reality, and that's also the reason why we're not only working with the headmasters and the teachers, we are also working with the local communities. We're working also with the parents' associations so that information is spread as widely as possible. Now, access to education throughout the country in DRC is a challenge, and obviously the Ebola is adding a challenge, but we are confident that in the coming days, children will return to school in the Ebola-affected regions to the same extent as they do in the rest of the country.